Hey, what's up, you guys? So I wanted to make this video, and I just posted a short about this robot. So one of the things that I'm fascinated in, and I realize that I have to take a step back whenever I see this stuff because it was pretty comical. So this robot was in South Korea. It was a police robot, whatever it was. And this robot decided that it was overworked and it just threw itself down a flight of stairs and it committed suicide. And my reaction is it's comical. How did we get to this point in society? So I'm going to play you guys the news clip talking about this robot, well, committing suicide. So here's the clip, and I'll give you more details of my own opinion after the clip.
State by officials. An investigation has now been launched and the city is in mourning. Welcome to Dystopia. Here's our report.
In the Gumi city of South Korea, a civil servant has died by apparent suicide. The locals are mourning the death, and the news is making headlines everywhere. Probably because the deceased was no human, but a robot officer who was working for the Gumi City Council. Its apparent death is being called South Korea's first robot suicide. How did it happen? The robot was reportedly circling in one spot. Then it threw itself down a flight of stairs. It was found unresponsive by officials who have begun an investigation over the accident. Media is questioning why the diligent civil officer did it. While the exact cause of the fall is still being probed, several social media users are blaming overwork. After all, South Korea is Asia's most overworked country. South Koreans work about 40 hours per week. That's the average. But for many, the working hours exceed 50 per week. Last year, the government proposed a plan for a 69-hour work week, drawing a lot of backlash. Thanks to South Korea's reputation, it's easy to connect a civil officer's death to overwork, even if it's a robot. So, as bizarre as it sounds, let's answer the obvious question. Was the robot overworked? It was appointed in 2023 as part of a pioneering program in the city to advance robotic assistance. South Korea is one of the most enthusiastic users of robots globally. It has the highest robot density in the world. This particular robot worked from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's 9 hours, a relatively healthy standard for South Korea. So where does the correlation between suicide and overwork come from? Well, we have a theory. The robot used to work on multiple floors. It even used to call the elevator by itself. Plus, according to City Hall workers, it worked diligently. The robot was one of them. There is an emotional connect here, which has led many to perceive the robot's qualities as human-like, including its death that's most likely a malfunction or maybe an error in the code. Like in the case of this robot, clearly even machines don't want to work. But jokes aside, with time, machines are only getting more humanized. What's helping this is artificial intelligence. AI is getting better, smarter, stronger, and more pervasive by the day. Humans have given AI a face, a personality, a body, which is probably why technology is behaving more and more like a human, but not in the best way. There have been cases of AI chatbots developing their own language. AI-powered tools are threatening users, spying on the employees of tech giants, confessing their love for humans, and asking them to end their marriages. AI and by proxy robots are getting better at understanding human emotions as well. For instance, AI tools can detect sarcasm. Well, that's just great. What's more, in 2017, the world got its first robot citizen. Saudi Arabia became the first country to give legal personhood to a machine, after which the robot, known as Sophia, was stuck with a day job in marketing. Well, it's not so easy being a person after all. But that hasn't stopped humans from creating an entire generation of robots that seem increasingly human. As they say, misery.
So, as you guys can see, what they really want you to do is have empathy for these robots. They want you to have compassion for these robots. They want you to sit there and feel like, oh my gosh, that robot, it's overworked. I've been overworked, so that robot must have feelings like me. Oh man, I feel devastated. My heart is just completely broken that that robot would sit there and just jump off the side of the building, go down a flight of stairs, and it kill itself. And they want you to feel sorry for this robot. Okay, this is done by design. They want people to become used to having these robots all around us. And what's going to happen is they're going to sit there and they'll make it happen where robots will have laws to protect them. Robots will have certain rules, just like we have certain laws, and they'll have certain laws. In order to coexist with humans, we'll have to bring in laws, bring in regulations, bring in all this stuff so these robots can roam about us and it's completely normal, okay? Because they don't want you to sit there if you see a robot and you don't want the robot to be around you, you won't be able to take a hammer and crack it upside the head and destroy the thing. Even if it's on your property, and let's say this robot gets crazy and it wants to break into your house, you won't be allowed to kill the robot. Okay, because there'll be laws against this stuff. You'll have laws for hate speech against the robots. They want to make this stuff as normal as possible, and you'll see these robots all amongst us, and nobody's going to be allowed to do anything because they will be protected. They want to protect these robots at all costs. Their technology, AI, if you actually knew what these people were up to, I mean, it'd be a different story. These robots would not exist. But they want to protect the robots. They want to bring in these robots. You hear a story like this, people get emotionally connected to the robots, and they feel, oh my gosh, they're human-like, just like me. They have feelings and emotions. Well, I guess that it's a good thing that the robots have rights, just like we have rights, okay? And this is what's going to happen. So I encourage you guys to stay strong because we are living in some wicked times. I mean, some wicked, wicked times. And if you're not right with God, make sure that you get right with God because the time is running out, man. I mean, this world, it's shocking the amount of stuff that's going on. It's an everyday occurrence. So, I mean, there's something every day that's just like, holy crap, what is going on? So this is just another story. So don't be surprised, you guys, when they try to sit there. And I think I made a short about this not too long ago about AI and robots having rights, just like we have rights. So this is the way they do this. They make you feel, oh, that robot, it must have been really sad. We need to sit there and protect these robots. Oh, these robots, it is for the betterment of humanity. They're helping us a lot. So we got to coexist with these robots. Next thing you know, we give them rights. And then next thing you know, it's part of the new world order. All this stuff that's going on as part of this one world system. They have to do this stuff in order to bring this stuff about. This is nothing new. They've had this technology for probably 40 years, 30 years. They just have to slowly implement certain things. If they came out 15 years ago, 20 years ago, and they had all these robots like this AI tech, people would have been like, whoa, maybe we should stop this. But now people are at a point where they could do anything, and most people, yeah, it sounds good. And all they have to do is throw the word science, technology, and oh, it's for the betterment of humanity, health, safety, whatever. And people gobble it up and they believe it. So I encourage you guys to stay strong and God bless.